I'm just heading up to Jamie's to see the damage on the ps13 after his crash. Before I go, I've just ordered some new wheels. These are the 720s that I've got on, and on the rear, so you see that these are the 9.5s on the rear and the 9.5s on the front as well. And I wanted some better fitment than this. Probably been bullied into it by Jamie and Louis. But what I've done is ordered the 10.5s. So they're going to go on the rear, but I'm going to keep this spacer on. I've got a 20mm spacer. So that should, on the 10.5 inch rim as well, I've got a 245 40 18 profile tyre, so it's quite stretched on. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll just grab them in, and that should essentially, because the offsets are fairly similar, this will only poke out because they're an extra inch wider. The offset's nearly the same, so these will only poke out half an inch, and then with the extra tyre it should just come a little bit closer. I might have to, although you can fit your fingers just in there. And me and Jamie rolled those arches not that long ago again, so I don't think it will catch. Also, we've just got a brand new tool chest, so I'm filling it up. This is ace. I got it in from Halfords, and then we put some grippy stuff in the bottom. But yeah, it's all on ball bearings, super smooth. So yeah, grab my new wheels in and then fit them, show you how much better they fit, and head up to Jamie's. So these are the new wheels versus the old wheels. There's actually like quite a big difference. So that's dish on one, that's dish on the other. So there's about 20mm or just under 20mm, because these are ET15, the 10.5s, and they're only ET18. So these are slightly more aggressive offset plus the whole inch wider. So yeah, let's get them on. That's now it. Oh, it's pokey with the I don't think that's going to catch it now. I can still, there's still a fair little gap there. That's like straight on. So this gap there is the same as the front. See, now the front looks weak. Probably need to do something with that. Anyway, gonna road test it and take a ride up to Jamie's. So what have you been using the car for since the... Oh!
Not a lot, just household daily chores.
Yeah, just washing. It's looking in a bad way.
It's helping me drink my pains away. I think it's probably the only way of putting it.
So what did you do when you got back from that Surrey?
I parked it up.
How did it drive home?
Shit.
Yeah.
No, it was horrendous. It was like the worst drive ever. It was massively over fueling. It had a huge fucking boost leak somewhere, probably between the turbo and the manifold. I think so. That gasket had blown. Could barely get revs up. It was using tons of fuel. I put 15 quid of fuel in, and I had just under half a tank, and that took me to just over half a tank, and I still barely got home on it. It was like 60 miles.
It was quite smoky.
Yeah, the back
I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely chocker. It's still covered in smoke.
Oh yeah. It's so that's where 15 quid's worth of fuel went.
Yeah. Pure overfueling that. I was making it rain.
Oh, it doesn't
into
look.
people's faces.
Looks clean. Oh, there, you got a bit of a black haze.
The whole, even the light look.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Clean look.
It's yeah. So this is rear bumper damage, split, wraps come off. These do a good job. Did these just snap then? The old
yeah, it just peeled off.
They just peeled off.
Yeah.
We left it behind.
I don't know what I hit the rear on, to be fair, and I don't know where it caught. Because there's no like obvious damage. That's a bit chipped there, so it's maybe hit that corner, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then just blowing
I was lucky
off
it hasn't. None of this is cracked or broken.
No,
down here. It has
a little bit there, but that
peeled
just
it off, yeah.
fell.
So that worked really well.
So the back's not so bad.
Yeah, I think I just need a bit of fiberglass. Maybe just a little patch of wrap to seal up the white bits.
The front's in a few bits, and a few less bits by the time we got home as well.
Yeah, I lost the part of the splitter.
All the splitter bit. We saw it fire out from under the car, but
Yeah.
we was like, probably best not stop on the A1 and get it.
I think the exhaust took brunt of the crash, the bump.
It took a big old welly underneath, so when it went, oh, I can't get underneath. But yeah, it hit that massive dip. So it was only grass that it hit, but it was.
I don't know. It was the crossing bit from the curb into the mud, and there was like a big dip there, so it was off road a bit, and then it dropped, and I felt it was quite a big impact. And obviously, I mean, if I didn't have the stiff springs, it would have done 10 times more damage. I think we're really lucky.
You reckon?
I reckon it would have ripped my exhaust off and maybe pulled the turbo off the manifold.
The engine now sits 2 inches higher, but that's better now for ground clearance.
Yeah, I think an engine mount's gone. I reckon an engine mount's.
Yeah, there's more movement in that than the suspension.
Yeah, that's got to be. All the damage on this was just gaskets mainly, other than, I mean, I don't know because I haven't had these off since I've bought the car. There is a slight crack in the turbo elbow there on the weld.
Oh yeah.
But I think that'll quite easily patch up.
Get Phil to TIG it in.
TIG like Mig.
Provoke Designs. Should we do a shout out like Monkey London? He did like a whole minute shout out.
Yeah, I've cracked my manifold support as well.
Oh yeah.
Which has probably done its job really. But there's a bit of a crack there.
Goes straight through where the bolt's going.
And then it's just a case of all these
Gaskets.
gaskets. So it took the force and it separated a few things. So the manifold to turbo, that's blown.
Oh yeah.
Pretty obviously there, and the turbo to turbo elbow was slightly leaking at the top there.
So this is where all the boost leak issues on the way home were.
Yeah, the downpipe was
out.
fine, and the manifold looked like it was starting to show a bit on some of the edges.
Yeah.
So I've bought all them. They're all here.
I suppose that's the most solid end, and then the further along it gets, the more and more the bolts just took the brunt.
Middles just took the flex, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So anybody likes S-body parts, gaskets, I've got replacement studs there because I've snapped 2 copper gaskets for the water and oil feeds, and then the manifold to turbo and the turbo to turbo elbow, manifold, downpipe gasket.
So
All for
what?
less than 100 quid.
Bargain. 100 quid.
Layered steel, that. Best you can get, my old boy. Best you can get.
Is that everything? You got all your parts now ready?
Yeah, it's nearly ready to go back together. I just want to tighten some of the, like the power steering hoses where I extended it back here. I had taped them up with foil tape to try and protect them from heat, and some of it's perished away. So I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna layer that up a bit more. But they've survived. I mean, that survived. I put a little jacket on there.
Got his little jacket on.
Yeah, I've no issues with.
This didn't even get misplaced. The wedged in overflow.
Professional install.
Solid, man. Solid. So now you know the situation, and we're gonna just have a beer and have a look at doing some bits on this. So see you next time.